Now you'd want to replace the battery on your phone for a number of reasons. One of them being that maybe it's just no longer holding a charge like it used to. It dies a lot faster. Another reason is maybe it completely crapped out entirely and you can't even turn the phone on. Either way, a new battery can probably help. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly what you need to do to remove your old battery and replace it with a new one. Okay, so first up, we need to get a replacement battery. Now, the one I'm gonna use in this video is actually one that I made. Now, I made one because I got kind of sick and tired of all the ones on Amazon. One, not lasting more than a week, and two, not coming with all of the tools that I needed to get the job done. So you can click below to purchase that one from my website. Otherwise though, you can of course go on Amazon and find a battery yourself. If you end up going the Amazon route, just make sure that it has a guarantee of some sort and has all of the tools required. Either way, regardless of which one you use, the procedure is going to be identical. So first we got to remove the screen. So we're going to turn off the phone. Then we're going to unscrew the two screws at the bottom of the phone using the included pentalobe screwdriver if you bought my kit, or hopefully your kit has. Put those screws somewhere where you can keep track of them. And frankly, what I do is I take a white piece of paper and put all of the screws and components from the phone onto it as I go. And also try to keep track of what screws go in what holes, because sometimes they're actually different sizes. So I highly recommend doing that. But once you get those two screws out, we can then stick the included suction cup on the bottom of the screen. Just make sure you don't overlap the home button. If you do, it creates a small pocket of air and then the suction cup loses suction. So get it as close to the bottom of the phone as you can so we can have some leverage, but not overlapping that home button. After that, you're going to take the pry tool that came with your kit and try to wedge a small gap between the bottom of the screen and the frame. Once you get it under, work your way around the edges until the screen allows you to pull it back. Do not pull it back more than 90 degrees. If you do, you can wreck the cables that are connecting the screen to the motherboard, and that would be, well, bad. Now, optionally, you can remove the screen entirely before continuing by unscrewing the screws over the metal bracket where the cables are, removing that metal bracket, and then disconnecting the cables. Now, I personally am not going to do that because it saves me time to not have to deal with that. And just so long as you're careful with the screen not going back too far during the rest of this procedure, you should be fine. Now we need to remove the original battery. So we're going to use the provided Phillips screwdriver, remove the two screws holding down the metal bracket over where the battery connects to the motherboard. Then we'll remove that metal plate and set it with the screws aside. Next, we can pop off the battery's connector, and then here comes the hard/annoying part. There are two black flaps at the bottom of the battery. You need to pull those off enough so that you can actually pinch them with your fingers. Then you're going to actually pull them towards the bottom of the phone, as if you're trying to pull them out of the bottom of the phone and not upwards. If you pull them too hard or you pull them too far up, they will snap, and then it becomes a nightmare to have to pry the battery out with the glue still underneath. Instead, you're going to pull it very slowly and very carefully until you get it out entirely. Think of it like a command hook that you use to hang photos. It works in a similar way. Once you get the first one done, you're going to then work on the second one. Now, it might be a little easier if you remove the spacer that's underneath the battery by undoing the two screws and removing that. Then you can actually pull the glue strip straight down a little bit easier than if that spacer was there. Again, be very careful, do it very slowly, but eventually get that out as well. Once you have both of those glue strips out, it's very easy to just lift the battery. If you didn't get the glue strips out, then you just have to do the pry of shame. Take one of the plastic pry tools and slowly, carefully try to pry up the battery without bending it too much or ripping it. Now, this will take some time and some serious patience, but it's not impossible and you can get it done. Once that battery has been removed, the kit that I recommended does come with included glue strips that you can then replace the old ones with. Now this is optional, you don't have to put the glue strips in, but if you feel like it, you can. And in order to do that, remove the plastic on one side of the glue strips and then set them down into the space where the battery was, but make sure to do it very slowly and carefully because it's super strong glue, and you want to make sure that the black tabs of the new glue strips are where the black tabs of the old ones were, overlapping the spacer and other things out of the bottom of where the battery sits. This way, if you have to remove it again, you can easily grab these tabs and do this procedure over again. Once that is in place, you can now put the new battery down carefully again, because again, the glue is really strong, and then reconnect it to the motherboard, replace the metal bracket, and screw down those 2 screws till it is secure. After that, you can reattach the screen if you took it off. Otherwise, you can just slowly put the screen back down and start from the top and work your way down to the bottom until it's nice and snug. Now, if you do feel some resistance when you're pushing this down, be careful that something underneath is not out of place and stopping the screen from going all the way down. If you do have that problem and you push hard enough, you might crack the screen, which obviously is not a good thing to do. So just be careful of that. But once you get it nice and snug back down and flush, we can then put in the 2 pentalobe screws at the bottom of the phone. After that, we can turn it on to make sure that it worked and we're all set. And there you go. Quick repair video for anyone that needs it on their battery. If you watched this video and you didn't need to replace your battery, thank you. I appreciate that. But please share it with someone that might actually need to do the repair, or just keep it in your back pocket for whenever you might need to do it. Regardless though, if you like this video, please thumbs up it or share it. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to see what other videos I do, it's not just repair videos, click the link below to be taken to the channel. It's youtube.com/c/theunlocker with the E missing in the word unlocker. And don't forget, if you do like what you see on that page, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, thanks for watching.